Afternoon, FBI headquarters.
I have two questions for you. The first one
Mm-hmm.
is a general question. Can you tell me, does the FBI have the power to investigate a individual officer who has attempted to falsely charge a person with a crime if it could be shown that the police department was informed of this situation and took no action to investigate, this particular instance of a police officer attempting to falsely charge someone with a crime they didn't commit?
You want to call 1-800-CALL-FBI? It's 1-800-CALL-FBI. Okay?
C-A-L-L?
And yes, and talk to a representative.
Okay. Second question. Yeah, I have a second question for you, sir. The second question is unrelated to the first question, a completely different issue. I reported multi-million-dollar criminal fraud, law enforcement impersonation to the FBI nearly 5 years ago. Statute of limitations for the crimes, audio and document evidence, as well as my testimony as a witness or willingness to be a witness, all 5 years ago, and again with updates and additional evidence. However, no action has been taken. Can you tell me, are there steps I can take to, have someone spurn an investigation? Or is there, something that I can do to be definitive to say that, well, now I'm going to take this step and an investigation is off the table. I'm just going to take this to local media. Can you tell me?
That's also directed to 1-800-CALL-FBI.
Okay. Can you tell me what is the scope of what they cover? What can I expect from them? Answers to those questions?
Nope. They'll answer those inquiries. I can't confirm their inquiries, their answers.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Bye.
Please provide the zip code of the area code you are calling from now. One moment while I transfer you to the next available representative. Your call will now be recorded.
Thank you for calling the FBI. Can I get the spelling of your first and last name, please?
I have a general question, and if you could answer it for me, I would appreciate it. I was told to contact this number to get a response. So the
okay, and what's the question?
Well, there's actually two. So the first is, does the FBI have the power to investigate a specific officer and, take the steps to bring the information they find to, an attorney general or an attorney who would file the charges for if a law enforcer attempted to charge a person with crimes they did not commit and there was evidence to show so? Does the FBI have that power?
It would depend. So what you reached is the National Threat Operations Center. What we do here is we intake information on federal violations for all the field offices across the country. With that being said, we are intake only, so we can only intake your information.
Then can you tell me, is that the extent of what I can expect from the FBI in that particular situation? So can I report? So I can report I can write up a document and mail it off to the FBI saying this happened. Here's the CD with the audio proof, the video proof, and so forth. And then what would happen? Then would I be able to check on the results of action that's in progress?
So, yes, you can mail that type of report to the FBI. If you provide the information to me today and I document it into the system, basically it's documented in there for the field office to do with it what they will. Then if they deem it necessary, they can reach out to you for additional information and go from there. However, since we're intake only, I cannot promise that they will or will not call you back.
Right. What about my ability to check on the result of whether or not, a decision has been made to actively pursue an investigation and file charges?
If you speak with somebody at the National Threat Operations Center, they cannot provide any updates because we are intake only.
Right. I was told that call 1-800-FBI is the general inquiry line, is who I contacted. I don't know why it directed me to you, but the question that I'm asking is,
no,
what
sir,
is my...
that is where...
Can you tell me who I contact to find out the progress of the investigation and the result or the determination to say that charges will or will not be, brought to an attorney to be taken to court?
Okay, sir. What's your first and last name? And what's your date of birth? And what's the telephone number for you? Is that a cell phone?
Yes.
And what zip code are you calling from? Okay. So that has Phoenix as your closest field office, correct?
Yes, but we're going to get to, I haven't had any results with the Phoenix field office, and it involves the Phoenix field office, so I don't think that it would be appropriate to... What? Because it happened at the Phoenix field office. So
what do you
anyway,
mean it happened at the Phoenix field office?
The officer attempting to file false charges on me happened at the Phoenix field office.
And what department's the officer with?
The Phoenix Police. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. And you said you filed this with them?
Okay. Say that again?
So you filed a report with them before? And you wanting to call and check on that, correct?
Well, actually, I sent in a piece of mail, only to D.C. to say, here's the 911 call. Is this an FBI officer? For you guys to know that, an officer may or an FBI official may have made a call as a citizen to the police that resulted in an attempted false charging of, resulted in an officer attempting to trespass me under false pretenses.
Okay, and so you sent it to DC's field office.
Yeah, but again, I did not, I didn't add it as part of a complaint. I did send it in a mailed document.
Okay.
I couldn't tell you which office.
And was there any other information you wanted to provide today?
No, I didn't want to provide that information at all. What I was looking for is the result of how will I now then find progress of if an FBI agent will investigate the situation, and then if they will bring forward charges.
Well, I'm presuming, sir, since you have no clue where you mailed it to, I'm presuming that wherever you mailed it to, they would contact you if they needed to get additional information from you or needed to update you with anything.
But again, like I said, I sent them information that wasn't the audio or video of the officer. It was the information pertaining to just simply make them aware of I received a 911 call was made, and when I made a public records request the 911 call was a documentation of a person who sounded, you know, like an agent and less like a citizen.
Sir, hang on. So you're making,
it was a not
sir,
related
if you
issue.
keep, okay, I'm going to terminate this phone call if you keep interrupting me. So I just want to verify. You're making accusations that the 911 call was made by somebody who sounded like an agent, not a citizen, correct?
No. What I did was simply provide you the information so that you could make the determination on your own if it was deemed necessary. It had nothing to do with a whole separate information of,
Hang on, sir. You literally just said that the 911 audio recording, the person that made the 911 call sounded more like an officer or an agent instead of a citizen, correct?
Right, and I thought that maybe this person had broke ranks or had done something that then that's totally unrelated. And so what I told you was that I sent in information to the office that was that information, and it didn't have the audio recordings or the video recordings of the instance of the officer. So like I said, I didn't call you today to make a complaint. I called to determine who I could contact to find two things. If an investigation will be done, and then once if an investigation is going to be done, how will I determine if it's going to be sent to a prosecutor? So what I'm looking for...
If they need the audio and video, they will reach out to you for that. We are intake only here, and I can't provide any other information or updates. So if you don't have any further information to update to this report today, I'm going to go ahead and thank you for calling.
You do understand I have a whole second question that I informed you of at the beginning of this conversation, correct?
Yes, sir. What is the second question? If it requires any outtake of information, I cannot provide an answer, but you can go ahead and ask.
Okay, I was told that I should call 1-800-CALL-FBI to receive a response to this question. If you cannot answer this question, I would like you to provide me the contact for the person that I would call to find the answers to this question. So the question that I have is, in 2017 and again in 2018 and 2020, I made complaints with audio and paper documented evidence, as well as detailed descriptions of my witnessing, my whatever testimony, my statement as to criminal activity I saw, law enforcement impersonation that results in extortion and intimidation of citizens across the country. No action has been taken, and statute of limitations for these crimes is set to expire as far as I'm aware of federal statute. But the issue is that I'm looking to find a definitive answer into who will say this is being investigated. I know that you can't say if ongoing investigations are happening in certain situations. But again, as this is statute of limitations and so on and so forth, then I need to talk to someone who can say the FBI is not doing an investigation and will not do an investigation because of this reason.
Okay, sir.
Or
I'm going to stop you there.
Yes.
I told you that an agent will reach out to you if there's an investigation going on and they need to contact you.
No.
Yes, hang on.
So that,
do not interrupt me. Hang on. If you need to reach out for a request of your report, you can go to fbi.gov/FOIA.
say that again?
And that will provide fbi.gov/FOIA. And you can go there and request a report of basically a copy of your report.
FOIA for report request?
Yep.
Now, if you say this generally, you say, if the FBI needs further information, they'll do this. So then I can assume that, so again, the question that I'm asking, how do I determine if an investigation has been deemed unnecessary or if the information has been overlooked?
Sir,
you do realize
sir, we're intake only. I cannot confirm or deny who you can reach out to see if it's an investigation or not. I cannot confirm or deny whether one is or is not an investigation. We are intake only. I've answered both of your questions. If there's no other further information, I will go ahead and terminate the call.
Right, then who do I contact as you are the FBI intake only? Who do I contact to find that information?
You can try going through the fbi.gov/FOIA.
Right. We've reached an issue of, time, and as far as I'm aware, FOIA requests take 30 days to longer. I think it says like 4 to 8 weeks. Can you tell me?
Sir, I can't help with the length of time that it takes.
So I'm looking to speak with a person who can say this is the people that we're holding responsible for inaction. So
okay,
that's
sir, if you're not going to report a federal violation, I'm going to go ahead and terminate this phone call. Thank you for calling the FBI today. You have a wonderful day.
You're on record.